From Hart High School, Dillon, Zamperin, and Kaylee Tolentino present the Hart to Hart Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Hart to Hart Podcast.
I'm your co-host, Kaylee Tolentino.
And I'm your host, Dillon Zamperin, and today we are joined by Mrs. Ross, one of our history teachers here at Hart.
So welcome, Ms. Ross, to our podcast.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Of course. So tell us a little bit about yourself. To people who may not know you, where did you grow up, and where did you go to college?
So I actually grew up right here in the Santa Clarita Valley. I went to Newhall Elementary, I went to Placerita, and I went to Hart. So I've been in Santa Clarita my entire life. Love to travel outside of Santa Clarita in my free time, but this is the only place that I've lived. So, I've been at Hart now for like 10 years, and before that I was at Placerita. So I've been at the same schools that I attended.
And where did you go to college?
I went to CSUN, so just on the freeway.
Yeah. Okay, so I know that you also have a son. He went to Hart too, right?
That's true.
Was
yes.
he in any of your classes at all?
He was. He was in
Really?
my AP Gov class. Only AP Gov teacher, so he got stuck with
You
me.
got all those books.
Did. So, but it was actually a really good experience. I think for both of us, I think I think we'd both say that it was a good experience. So,
have you had any other people in your family go here? Did your husband go here?
I met my husband here at Hart.
Oh, really?
Really?
I did, and my parents met at Hart.
Really? Wow.
Yes. So we had 3 generations that have come through Hart now. So
Wow.
That's crazy.
So again, you said before you like to travel a lot.
Mhm.
Where has been your favorite place to actually travel to?
ooh, that's a really tough one. I love Japan. Japan was so fantastic. I love Vienna. Vienna's great. So I mean, I'm an opportunistic traveler. I'll travel like wherever it's cheap, where I can get good airfare, I'll go. And it's all about just trying to kind of live like a local while you're there.
Yeah.
Eat the food of the locals and kind of travel like a local. And you can find amazing experiences anywhere you go. And that doesn't have to be like far away either. It can,
Yeah.
be pretty close by too.
Yeah.
Did you travel with your whole family, or was it just you and your husband?
So we do try to travel all together. A little bit more difficult now that my son is in college. He's busy. But we would like to all get back out and go back to Japan together. So
That's on my bucket list for sure.
it's a good one.
In your free time, what are some things that you like to do?
So I love crossword puzzles. I love all the word games. So like the New York Times game.
Yeah.
That is right up my alley. So I play a lot of crosswords and word games and things like that. I also love jigsaw puzzles, which is making me sound like a very old lady right now. But those are the things that bring me joy. I like to read. I also like to hike and get outside. So I like a good mix of indoor and outdoor activities.
Over our 1-day fall break, did you do any like hiking or crossword puzzles?
I did do crossword puzzles and I did do a jigsaw. But we also went to the Huntington Beach Air Show. So we were out at the
Nice.
beach and saw nothing because it was there was so much fog. So we couldn't see a single thing. You could hear some of the planes, but it was kind of a dud this year. So we'll go back next year.
At least you got that jigsaw puzzle in.
I did.
And it was
a
good to
one.
get away too.
It was,
So-
and it was much cooler. So I spent the
Yes,
day at the
yes.
beach, so I can't really complain.
What is something that most people might not know about you? Tough question. Sorry.
What might they not know about me? Well, I was part of an expedition that went down to Antarctica to observe penguins.
Really?
Seriously?
Wow.
No, not seriously.
Oh.
That would be really cool, though, if I did do that. whoever has like a sign up for that, I'm on board. No, but probably. So I love really terrible movies, like
Mhm.
B movies that like everyone's like skipping over on
Yeah.
Netflix and stuff. I'm like, ooh, this looks fun. I'll watch that. And then
Give
I
us an
watch.
example, like what movies?
So well, um, I love the Jungle Cruise movie, the Disney Jungle Cruise movie that everyone says was terrible. I think that was great. That's probably a little embarrassing to admit, but I really love that one. The Mummy, like action movies, like B action movies.
I like The Mummy.
I love it. Mummy's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But not many people like the Jungle Cruise movie. So
I'm not gonna lie, I did start it. Never finished it. So
my family like held an intervention to be like, you cannot watch this movie again. So
it's fine. um Now back to more school stuff. What advice would you give to a student who might be listening to us, both as a mom and as a teacher here, seeing what people are going through? I know that you teach seniors. You've also taught. I was in your AP World class my
Mhm.
sophomore year, so you have like a lot of like different like range. So
right. And I taught
advice?
junior high too.
That's
So
true,
I've
yeah.
seen 7th, 8th. I taught 9th grade.
Did you teach here at
reach.
Placerita?
Yeah, I taught at Placerita
Oh, really?
too. I did. I taught there for almost 10 years
Oh,
before I
wow.
came here. So, um, I would say that high school is just one component of your life. And while you're here, get involved. Be involved in find something that you're interested in, find a passion. That always
Yeah.
looks good on college applications too. So find something that you're interested in that and just meet people. Don't spend the 4 years doing nothing here. You're not gonna enjoy your time. It's 4 years. It's a short period of time.
Yeah.
Get out there and enjoy the time that you have here. And just remember that it's just one moment of your life. And there's still so much more to come. So, um, but, get involved, keep your grades up, and keep as many doors open as you possibly can for yourself.
Yeah. So branch out, try new things. This is the time to try new things because, like, this is where you find out what you really want to do with your life
Yes.
right now. So, great advice.
And don't be afraid that if you don't know what that is yet when you leave high school,
Yeah.
that's okay too.
Yeah.
I did not have that figured out. And it took me a while to figure out and try different things before I figured out what I wanted to do and that I really wanted to teach. So yeah, just it's okay if you don't have it all figured out, but you won't know unless you try new things.
What made you want to become a history teacher?
So I first went to school for like art and like I wanted to make this could sound kind of weird, but visual communications major to make window displays. I
Oh,
wanted to make like the Tiffany's window boxes that like told a story in a 1 foot by 1 foot box. I wanted to do something like that, like for Apple or like the Macy's.
yeah.
That'd be
Like
good. I've never heard
storefront.
of that like as a job.
Yeah, no, it's totally a job. And so I wanted to do something really creative. I'm the worst artist in my family. They're all much better than me. But I came from an artistic family on my dad's side, and that was something that I thought I really wanted to do. And I do want to be creative. I just realized that I didn't need that to be my entire job. And so I kind of left there and went to COC to try to figure out what I might want to do other than something in the arts. And I had a history professor who was amazing. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is what history is supposed to be. It's
Yeah.
so cool. And I realized that it was really about telling like a story, and it was a narrative, and it was really the story of all of us. And that was kind of that turning point where like it was literally just like a flip switched, and I was like, this is it. This is what I want to do. And I never looked back.
Wow. And then I don't know if it was you, but maybe it was somebody else, but I think you said like we teach history so then we don't repeat the past. Is that you?
That was me. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
Yes. No, that was me. And
Yeah.
there's that famous quote, right?
Yeah.
That's in a similar vein to that. But yeah, we learn from history so that we can, make better choices for the future.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that.
Yeah.
And then our last question, what is your number one favorite thing about Hart?
Ooh, there's so many things. Um, I love the I love this campus. This is a really nice campus.
Yeah.
I love the
Yeah.
big trees.
Yep.
I love the people that I work with. I love the students. So I think it's just kind of the community that we all have here at Hart. I think is probably the thing that I love the most.
And like back to the campus thing, like a ton of the new like high school campuses, like I think it's guys like their campus is so big. Like it's not
Yes.
as like homey.
Right. Well, and it's like just kind of like a big concrete jungle.
Yeah.
Right. And so like I love the greenery and the big trees and it feels so established here.
Like
You know?
not other schools are as like grown in as like almost like developed as us. Like I
Right,
feel
yeah.
like we've like really like been here for a while and it looks nice too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I totally agree.
Well, that's it that we have for today. So thank you, Mrs.
Well,
Ross,
thank
for
you so
coming on
much
the
for
podcast.
able to being on here.
Of course. Thank you for having me. This was totally awesome. I love it.
Of course. So make sure to watch the full episode on the Heart TV YouTube channel.
I'm Kaylee Tolentino.
And I'm Dillon Zamperin, and we'll catch you on the next episode.